Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. It is none other than John Cena week. John Cena going to be hosting Saturday Night Live this Saturday night. Everybody's really pumped about this. We know what this did for The Rock's career before WrestleMania 2000, WrestleMania 16. The Rock hosted Saturday Night Live. That would later shoot him off to making The Scorpion King and thousands of other movies. Today they're going to be debuting the new Fast and Furious trailer on Facebook. That's going to be huge, what The Rock has done. I know when you look at the Rock's body of work of wrestling, it felt like, as a fan at that time, he wrestled forever and ever, but he spent more time in Hollywood. He spent more time away from WWE when he left us before coming back at WrestleMania 27 to be the guest host than he did in his whole entire wrestling career. So, cheers to John Cena hosting Saturday Night Live. He is getting to that point of his career where it honestly seems that, when you add up the time he's making television shows, adding the time he's making movies, and his injuries from being in the ring so long, it's almost like John Cena has almost turned himself into The Rock. But the one thing that we can say about Cena is that Cena, honestly, I believe, is Mr. WWE, and he's never going to want to leave us full-time, no matter what opportunity is out there on the table. John Cena today was added to the WWE.com's Royal Rumble page as being somebody who is booked to appear. I know that there's been stories on the internet that basically John Cena is at odds with WWE and WWE is at odds with John Cena over this whole, when he's going to be there, when he's not going to be there. It's almost like at this point, John Cena does have all the cards with him being the biggest drawing guy in WWE. He's the guy on the backpacks. He's the guy in the lunchbox. He's the guy on the Trapper Keepers, this, that, and the other. They've tried their best. They've got a new brand of stars. They've got Roman Reigns. They've got Seth Rollins. They've got Kevin Owens. But when it comes down to it, when they put John Cena on a ticket or on a show poster or on a commercial, kids are going to get more excited. It doesn't matter how good AJ Styles is. It doesn't matter how good, Kevin Owens is as champions of those brands. People want to see John Cena more than they want to see anybody else. And that's, branding off of what he's done with his hefty trash bags commercials and, doing the Sisters movie and the Daddy's Home or Stepdads or whatever that one movie was called, where he had the 30-second drop in at the end. I think that Cena is the man. And I think that, honestly, this year the Royal Rumble is John Cena's to win. I know that there's a lot of options out there on the table. This is one of the things about the brand splits that I like more than the rest of the year. It was cool seeing AJ Styles win the title at Backlash. It was cool seeing Kevin Owens win the title on Monday Night Raw. It was cool seeing Finn Balor win the title at SummerSlam. But when it comes down to it, the Royal Rumble season is always fun because it shapes up what WrestleMania is. And this year, you don't see a lot of people predicting what's going to happen at WrestleMania. There's dream matches that... we know that Big Show's going to fight against Shaquille O'Neal. That's not selling one ticket. They've already sold a lot of tickets. That's not selling one more. But the one reason why people aren't dreaming up who's going to be fighting for the championship on Raw, who's going to be fighting for the championship on SmackDown, what's going to be going on with The Undertaker, is because nobody really knows. When we've thought about the Royal Rumble the last few years, it was easy. Last year, it was either going to be won by Roman Reigns. He was going to retain his title. Triple H was going to come back, and he was going to take the title and then be the guy who fought against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. That was easy. That was done. A few years ago, the year before that, people knew that Roman Reigns was going to win the championship. Maybe there was an outside guess that maybe Dolph Ziggler was going to win it. A few people were predicting that. A year before that, it was Batista. It was an easy slam dunk. Why would he not come back? Why would he come back not to main event WrestleMania? A few years ago when Sheamus won, there was an outside guess because Chris Jericho had just returned. The Jericho was going to win it, so it was sort of like Sheamus and Jericho were big-time picks in order to win the whole deal. But Sheamus hadn't lost a match since SummerSlam. the year before. So it was kind of obvious that that's what they were building up to. This year, easily, if, Dean Ambrose, I guess he doesn't have a chance to win it back because he just lost at TLC. Seth Rollins isn't in the picture because he's going to be fighting against Chris Jericho at Roadblock. Roman Reigns, if he doesn't win the championship from Kevin Owens. Those guys are all picks, and you can all tell that they're big parts of the future moving forward. So, there's many guys that could win it. But honestly, in my mind, I know it's sort of out of the window right now unless something sets up Undertaker winning the championship at the Royal Rumble if he does come back and has a match against AJ Styles. It doesn't seem like Dean Ambrose versus AJ Styles is done, seeing how the match was lost due to Ellsworth's interference when Ambrose pretty easily had the win in the bag. So my dream of having, John Cena, go up against Undertaker because of the championship match and the Royal Rumble stipulation is sort of out the window. But I think this is the year that we don't say this is it for John Cena, but I think this is the year that you put him on top, give him that big match. You go back to SummerSlam and the match where there was the club against Enzo and Kaz and John Cena, and then I think they even did another match that was just John Cena versus AJ Styles. They won the tag match. But AJ was able to defeat John Cena in singles matches 2 times in a row. One of them being on one of the major cards of the year, SummerSlam. And I know that was setting up for AJ to become champion. I know that was setting up for John Cena to be leaving WWE and taking a hiatus. I think the last time we saw him was on the show where he took off his armband and he left it in the ring that said never give up. But you have John Cena return at the Rumble. You have him win. You can have him go up against one of the biggest names in wrestling and one of the greatest wrestlers there is in the world, AJ Styles, at WrestleMania. And maybe that's not your main event. Maybe that's not your go-home match. But that's a fucking awesome match to hang WrestleMania 33 on it. John Cena versus AJ Styles, one-on-one. And it's a fucking awesome match. I'd be pumped for that one, and I'd be glad to have it. I'd be glad to have that match. Go back and watch that SummerSlam match. See how good it was. That wasn't even your main event. And I think it would really help WrestleMania 33 out. Like it needs any help at all. But Cena winning the Rumble could be pretty big.